getting ready to pull into Ride on Moto. Lance texted me a couple days ago. Got some new parts in for the bikes. So, yeah. Parts for the 70. Okay, so we got some new stuff for the 70. This is the chain guard that I took off. Remember, it had the hole in it. Took it over to my uncle's. He welded this back together. I'm going to throw a little bit of mud over it and then just repaint this a little bit. Also beat a few of these dents out a little bit better. Much better than it was because now there's no longer a hole in it. I think that paint's going to be close. It's not going to be perfect. It'll be close. Also got a little bit of Bondo. Some other things we've got for the 70. A couple of new tubes. Quart of oil because it definitely needs change. Also got 2 new tires. These are IRCs. Jeremy on YouTube recommended these to me, so I'm going to give them a shot. They definitely are going to be better than the dry rotted tires I currently have on the bike. Picked up the tires, tubes, oil at Ride on Moto, and then I got this in the mail from Amazon yesterday. New mirrors for the bike. Something my bike has been missing are mirrors. These are aftermarket mirrors. The factory Honda mirrors are black, and I kind of wanted a silver look, so we're going to get these put on today. See how they look and see how they work. Okay, I got the mirrors on the bike. They look pretty good. They went on easily enough. This is just a 14 millimeter right there. I've got them adjusted where I think they're going to work well, but honestly I'm just going to have to take the bike down the road once we get the float back for the carburetor and put back together and see how they function at that point. But I think I paid around, I don't know, $20 for the set, but pretty good. So I've been out here working on the SV, getting stuff sanded down, doing body work this afternoon. Also just got the mirrors on the 70, no big deal, but mainly just working on the SV, and I'm kind of tired, but I really like to put these new tires on the 70, so let's at least get the rear one on. Alright, so step 1 is remove the rear brake adjuster nut. Once the nut is off, then you disconnect the brake rod from the brake arm, and now we're going to disconnect the brake torque link from the brake panel. Which we've already done that. Next thing to do is loosen the adjusting nut on the axle. So to do that, first thing we need to do is get the cotter pin out of there. With the cotter pin removed, I just got to put a socket on there. I'm not sure what size that is. 17 millimeter. Now all we got to do is drive the axle through, which you don't have to drive it through, you can just push it through. Alright, got the rear wheel off. Here is the brake shoes. They've probably seen better days, but they're still not too bad. So may not replace them quite yet, we'll see. Wheel bearing, I'll repack it before we put it back on there. First thing we need to do though is let the air out of the tire and then take the inside of the valve stem out. So let's get started. You can see, how bad the shape these tires are in. So replace the rear one first. Alright, with the inside of the valve stem removed, I'm going to go ahead and get this nut off the valve stem that locks the tube in. 12 millimeter on here right now. Next thing we need to do is get the tire off the rim. Easiest way to do that is just use a couple of tire irons. The tires are this size. Before I go to put the new tube and tire on here, I'm gonna go ahead and get some metal polish, clean this thing up real good. Alright, so before you do something stupid, make sure that the arrow is pointed in the right direction. This is the brake side. This is the way the tire is going to go. Also, the dot down here, typically I would line this up with the valve stem and balance it out. This bike doesn't really go fast enough to justify that, so I'm going to line this up opposite the valve stem and let it be. Got the new tire mounted, unfortunately not without pinching one of my new tubes, so it's got a little hole in it. I'm going to patch it, but I went ahead, since I had two, one for the front, one for the back, and they're both the same size. Not same size tire, just same size tube. Went ahead and put the new one in there. Going to get this mounted back on the bike. I think I'm going to call it a day. Alright, got the wheel and tire back on. Still got to hook up the brake linkage and little chain adjusters, but actually I got new ones should be coming in this week from the one I broke. I am tired. I'm actually not going to get to the front one today. That'll be saved for probably later this week. They're calling for snow, so I'm going to be hung up in the garage anyway. Hope you guys got some enjoyment out of watching that video, and guess I'll see you back on the channel again here soon. Thanks. One quick thing, I did get the bearing grease repacked and put some grease on the axle as well. Just one quick thing, just talked to Lance yesterday when I was up at the shop. We are going to be doing some more reviews. We're just waiting on a few products to come in, and you guys will see us back on here probably in just a few weeks.